last weekend
Yeah.
was Passion. And Hillsong was there.
Woo!
It was great.
Wait a second. We're receiving a transmission.
Revival is in us. We can't just sit back and be stagnant in our faith and just not do anything about it.
The prayer that a revival will happen will be done through you. So you're your own answered prayer.
If you're a follower of Christ, you have the Holy Spirit inside of you. That's how God's going to use you to speak to others, and speak truth into other people.
Truth is the most powerful weapon in the world, that through truth anything is possible. Nowadays we live in a world and a society where people shun God and want to keep God out of your life, but you have to let him in and realize that he's always there, even if you don't want him to be, and you just have to accept his presence and know that he wants the best for you and try to invite him into your life instead of run away from him.
I can't remember what it was called, but it was kind of set up like a poem,
Yeah.
and every stanza would end with who will answer, who will answer. It wasn't what will answer, it is who will answer, as in someone will be there to help you. For us as Christians, we shouldn't be really looking for materialistic things or things of this world to answer our problems. We should really be looking for God to answer our problems.
Circumcise your heart. You have to cut away all of the worldly pleasures and stuff and focus on God, and how you should just become pure in heart and cut away everything that is distracting.
God works through our suffering, not despite our suffering, and that people think that following Christ and suffering are two separate things, that if you're suffering, you're not following Christ. They're two sides of the same coin, and that God can work through our suffering for his glory and for our good.
Even in your heart, in the hardest times, you can't forget about other people, because Jesus in his hardest times didn't forget about other people. He didn't forget about us. He moves through hardship and instead of in spite of it.
There's purpose through the pain.
Yeah.
Really, our first goal and our only goal should be to be a servant of God, even when classes are piling up and stressing you out. That should be our focus, is serving God and serving others.
We worry about everything else in our day, and we forget that God needs to be with us at all times and everything. He needs to be in all aspects of my life, not just little things here and there.
Just when I go back to school, I really want to be an influence to people and show them Christ's love and his mercy and grace.
You don't have to be good enough to get God's love, because he already loves you and he already paid the price. I just ask that the church would, just as our family, be lifting us up in prayer as we come back from this amazing experience and go back to our campuses. And my prayer is that it doesn't end in our hearts.
Love y'all. You did great. You
Thank
helped
you
us
for your
get
support.
there.
Yeah.
Would not have made it without you.
Rock.
Reserved, copy, right, lost.